The Galactic Council chamber stretched beyond comprehension, a cathedral of crystalline architecture that bent space-time itself. Jennifer stood at the human delegation podium, her heart hammering against her ribs as 10,000 alien species watched her with eyes that ranged from compound lenses to probability clouds. Beside her, Jack adjusted his translator badge, his jaw set with determination. They were here to plead humanity's case. Again. The human species, droned Ambassador Cathral, his chitinous form gleaming under the quantum lights, has existed for merely 200,000 years. They have achieved faster than light travel for only 53 of their rotations. By cosmic standards, they are infants. Dangerous infants who play with technologies they cannot comprehend. A rumble of agreement echoed through the chamber. The eldest ones, beings who had witnessed galaxies being born, nodded their approval. Humanity had been denied full membership in the Galactic Union 17 times now. They were considered too young, too volatile, too human. Jennifer felt Jack's hand brush against hers, a silent gesture of solidarity. They had prepared for this moment for years, studying ancient texts, archaeological records, and the mysterious harmonic signatures that permeated the universe's background radiation, patterns that no species had ever successfully decoded. With respect, Ambassador Cathral, Jennifer began, her voice steady despite the weight of 10,000 gazes. Humanity may be young, but our story is older than you know. Cathral's mandibles clicked in what might have been laughter. Older, child. My species was building dimensional gates when your planet was still cooling from its formation. Then perhaps, Jack interjected, stepping forward, you can explain why the harmonic signatures, the oldest sounds in the universe, predating even the eldest ones, match the fundamental frequency of human speech? Silence crashed through the chamber like a physical force. The eldest ones, who rarely moved at all, stirred. Their collective consciousness rippled with something that might have been shock. Impossible, whispered High Scholar Velmora, her energy form flickering. The harmonic signatures are 13 billion years old. They existed before the first stars ignited, before matter itself had fully cooled from the Big Bang. Jennifer activated the holographic display. Mathematical equations, sound wave analyses, and linguistic patterns flooded the space above the council floor. We didn't believe it either. But our linguists, our physicists, our musicians, they all found the same thing. The universe itself resonates at frequencies that align perfectly with human vocal cords, human language, human music. She played a recording. It was simple, a human child singing a lullaby. But as the sound waves spread through the chamber, something extraordinary happened. The ancient stone walls began to glow. The harmonic signatures, usually just background noise, suddenly amplified. They sang in response. The chamber erupted. Aliens of every species began speaking at once, their translators creating a cacophony of disbelief, wonder, and fear. Jack raised his voice above the chaos. The precursors, the species that supposedly seeded life across the universe billions of years ago, they didn't just leave ruins and technology. They left a message encoded in the fabric of reality itself, and humanity is the key to reading it. Preposterous. Cathral slammed his appendage against his podium. This is human arrogance at its finest. You claim to be special, chosen somehow when you cannot even unify your own planet. Jennifer's eyes hardened. We're not claiming to be chosen, Ambassador. We're claiming to be remembered. She pulled up another display, this one showing human DNA sequences, cave paintings from Earth's prehistory, and symbols found on dead worlds scattered across 36 galaxies, all connected, all telling the same story. Humanity didn't evolve randomly on Earth, she continued. We are the descendants of the precursors themselves, not their creations, their children. When their civilization fell to entropy and time, they encoded themselves into a primitive world, waiting for the universe to mature enough for their return. The eldest one suddenly spoke, their collective voice resonating through every translator simultaneously. Prove it. Speak the first word. If you truly carry the voice that shaped the cosmos, speak the word that ignited creation. Jennifer and Jack exchanged glances. This was the moment. Years of research, countless sleepless nights decoding fragments of ancient recordings all led to this. Together they spoke. It wasn't a word in any human language. It wasn't a word at all, really. It was a sound, a frequency, a harmonic convergence of human vocal ability pushed to its absolute limit. It was the sound that had haunted human dreams since the beginning, the note that every human instinctively knew but could never quite recall. Until now. The effect was instantaneous. The universe responded. Every dormant precursor artifact across 10,000 galaxies suddenly activated. Dead technology flared to life. Ancient gateways opened, and the harmonic signatures that had puzzled every species for billions of years finally revealed their purpose. They were coordinates, instructions, a map home. But more than that, they were a recognition protocol, a way for the universe itself to identify its architect's return. The Galactic Council chamber shook, not with violence, but with something like joy, as if the very structure of space-time was welcoming back an old friend. When the light faded, the eldest ones stood in what could only be described as reverence. "The voice has spoken," they said simply. "The architect's return. Not to conquer, but to guide. Not to rule, but to remember what was forgotten." Cathral's aggressive posture had evaporated. He bowed, and gesture no one had ever seen from his proud species. "We did not understand. Forgive our blindness." Jennifer felt tears streaming down her face, not from triumph, but from the weight of understanding that now flooded through her. Humanity's struggles, their violence, their compassion, their art. It was all an echo of something ancient, something that had loved the universe so much, it had sacrificed everything to give it a second chance. Jack squeezed her hand. "So what now?" he whispered. The eldest ones answered, though he had spoken only to Jennifer. "Now humanity teaches us what we have forgotten, how to speak with creation itself, how to remember that before we were species divided by form and function, we were all children of the same cosmic voice." Jennifer looked out at the 10,000 species, no longer seeing aliens but family, distant, estranged. But family nonetheless. "Then let's begin," she said, and her voice carried the weight of 13 billion years. "Let's teach the universe to sing again." And throughout the cosmos, on worlds where humans had never walked, people stopped what they were doing. They felt something stir in their genetic memory, heard an echo of a voice that was both alien and intimately familiar. Humanity wasn't young. Humanity was the universe remembering its childhood, and the galaxy would never be the same.